How we doing, guys? Welcome back to 6 Beer Reviews. Today, I believe this is our first re-review on the channel. We're checking out Heady Topper from the Alchemist out of Stowe, Vermont. And yeah, I don't know. I've reviewed this about a year and a half ago, and I just had this recently, and I was like, you know what, this tastes a lot different than the last time I had it. So, like, you know what, why not? Let's do a little re-review. So, don't have this beer all that often. At least, once, yeah, probably a year and a half, I have this beer. So we're checking it out again. 8% double IPA from the Alchemist. Uh, this particular one was canned on December 2nd. So we are just under a month old, time of recording. Just iconic beer. I was like, you know what? If we're going to do a re-review, I think this one deserves it. It seems like every time I have this beer, it tastes a little different than the time before. So we're just going to dive on in. We are not drinking from the can. Pouring in a glass. Maybe we'll have a sip from the can. I don't know. But put her on in. See what this one looks like. First time I had this beer, I said it was best beer I've ever had. Since then, I wouldn't say the same. I'd say it's a phenomenal beer, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite beer. Um, at least this year, Double Sunshine kind of took that spot. That beer blew my socks off. So I don't know. Maybe this particular one will put it back on top. I don't know. I can tell you right off the bat, this beer looks different than the first time I had it. Old dirty glass here. First time I had this beer, it was super clear. Um, yeah, this one's just a little more of that like unfiltered hazy look. God, just used this glass not too long ago. Driving me nuts. Um, you can see carbonation in the glass. There's a good finger worth of kind of bone white colored head there. Nice head retention. Love to see that. I can kind of see my finger through it, but for the most part, just that like unfiltered IPA kind of look to it. But looks nice. Dive in and get a nose on a little Heady Topper. Wow. Dank. Super dank. Recent memory. I mean, one of the more dank beers I've had. This, it is almost oniony. It's just gritty, dirty, really in your face. Yeah, very reminiscent of like Simcoe hops. It's almost got that like caddy thing. Um, I I believe Mosaic is in this beer, which would make sense too. Sometimes I get a little dank note on beer that has Mosaic in it. It is malty, bready. What is that? There's something else there that's I just can't quite put my finger on it. Man, man, I don't know. It's so different than how I remember. Slightly citrusy, maybe a little berry, um, kind of like blueberry, like dank blueberry. But it is like super dank in your face, onion, like green onion, pepper, and just soily. It is super soily, like dirty. Yeah, smells wild. Not how I remember, but at the same time, I don't mind it. So let's just dive in. Cheers. Dude, that is crazy. Whew. so different. It is super dank. That is one of the more dank beers I've had recently. Wow. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, before I go in, tell you what I'm getting on the taste. Pretty medium, full body, nice carbonation. Finish, there's a decent amount of bitterness. Not like a hoppy green hop burn. It is definitely like citrus peel. Nice bitterness. I like that about this beer. The, I mean, as soon as it hits your tongue, though, it is dank, herbaceous, onion, weedy. It's super weedy. Yeah, man, this beer is wild. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's nowhere near how I remember this beer. I mean, I wouldn't say nowhere near. I remember it being slightly dank. I don't remember it being this dank, and I remember it being a little more crisp, um, not as unfiltered as this is. Dude, I had this a week ago, and I don't even remember it tasting this dank. It's wild. We also just had a beer from Fiden's. I don't know if that has something to do with it. Wildly different than that beer was, but it's still a solid beer. You just have to like weed, danky smells and tastes, I guess. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised knowing, things about John Kimmich. Kimmich? I don't know. Um, he's just, I almost positive I heard him talk in an interview before how he wants to change this beer up. And it's going to depend on the um, hop selection, depending on the year. Maybe he switches it up if he doesn't like a certain hop a specific year. So I'm not surprised that this beer tastes different than how it was before, but definitely, so this is my third time having this beer um, from like a separate. Like I just said, I had a can a week ago, but my third separate Heady topper that I've had over the years. And the first two times I had it, they tasted more similar. This one is super different, super dank, and it's just crazy. Wasn't expecting it. Yeah, still really good, but um, yeah, I just wouldn't say it's still my favorite beer because man, that first time I had this beer, it blew me away. One of the best beers I've ever had. Just tastes a little different, but it's still a great beer. So if you like double IPAs, I mean, if you're watching this, a good chance that you've heard of this beer. If you haven't, definitely seek it out. It's all over the place. I mean, all throughout Vermont, you can get this beer in gas stations. It's crazy. Um, definitely, this beer's got to be through New England, if I had to guess. So, 13, $14 for a 4 pack, 8% double IPA. I'm taking that all day. And I will continue trying this beer because it's always changing. We'll see what it tastes like next time. Maybe we do another review. But that is Heady Topper from the Alchemist, Stowe, Vermont. Anybody's had this one? If you've had this specific one, please let me know what you thought. And let me know if you think, if you have this beer often, if you think it changes up quite a bit. Because, like I said, I have it once every year and a half, 2 years. So, um, yeah, please let me know down in the comments. But that's all I got this time, guys. Cheers. Catch you next time.